The night I married Lou Boya, my brothers warned me, Professor Lou is delicate and scholarly. Be gentle with him. With a fierce smile, I retorted, Gentle is not in my dictionary. I'm all about strength and strategy. The next morning, I confronted him, my voice hoarse and eyes swollen, shouting at the impeccably dressed man in gold-rimmed glasses and a crisp suit. Imposter! So much for being delicate and scholarly. It was all a sham. Our first encounter was a blind date. According to my aunt, he was a university professor, distinguished and handsome. When I finally met him, I nearly gasped. Handsome? He was celestial, clad in a finely tailored three-piece suit, gold-rimmed glasses perched on his nose, with delicate chains swaying from the frames. He looked up with a smile that twinkled in the chandelier light, as if descended from heaven itself. I was bewitched by his beauty, feeling a sway in my heart. Extending a hand as white as jade, he introduced himself in an elegant voice. Hello, I'm Lou Boya. Clearing my throat, I came back to reality, reaching out to shake his hand. My hand was tanned and rough, with calluses of varying depths. Touching his was like holding a bundle of soft cotton. I feared crushing his precious jade hand. After a brief and awkward handshake, I touched my ear, chuckling. I didn't expect to be meeting an angel. He seemed unaccustomed to such blunt praise and chuckled modestly. You flatter me too much. But it wasn't flattery. Lou Boya, with his ethereal looks, stood in stark contrast to the sun-hardened, sturdy men of the construction site. Did my aunt tell you about me? I asked. She did, he nodded. Director Shu mentioned you're an engineer at a construction firm. Startled, I gave a wry smile. Not an engineer. I'm a contractor. Surprise flickered in his eyes. To salvage the moment, I blurted out, but a rich contractor, a millionaire with cars and houses, orphaned. Listing my material assets, I watched as he fell silent, his reaction grounding my fluttering heart with a thud. It was over. Shu Li, they said, had a hard life. This was my aunt's constant refrain. Orphaned at 10, fatherless at 14, and a decade of hauling bricks had built up my brawn. Fearful of me growing too rough around the edges and misplacing my gender from working on the site, she was relentless in setting me up on dates, yet with my ambiguous looks and undefined physique, neither distinctly male nor female, I achieved a perfect score in blind date failures. In a bid to sweeten the pot, my aunt painted the contractor as an engineer. It's okay, I said to Lou Boya with a nonchalant smile. Let's just be friends. I'll pay for the meal, and we'll call it a day. Despite my words, I harbored a sense of regret. Such a celestial beauty, and the thrill of love at first sight. Yet I mocked myself. We were not from the same world. A toad dreaming of swan meat. The cutlery clattered in the Western restaurant amidst the large and small plates. When the steak arrived, I fumbled with the knife and fork, clueless where to begin. Allow me. Lou Boya took my plate to slice the steak. Embarrassed, I admitted, I don't usually eat this. It's not filling enough for the work on the site. He responded by moving his own steak onto my plate. No need, you eat yours, I protested quickly. It's okay, he assured me with a smile. I should have considered a more filling meal. It wasn't his oversight. He just hadn't expected his blind date to be a hearty eater like a contractor. Despite this, his thoughtfulness and gentleness were evident. But sadly, I felt unworthy.